So we've been running for about, I don't know, about an hour now, and we've got between 20 and 22 knots of wind. It's coming on about 55 to 60 degrees. We are reef down, second reef in the main, second reef in the Genoa, and we've got the traveller down a little bit just to make it more comfortable. Are you alright down there?
Yeah. Just messaging a few people, sorry, I've just eaten biscuit. Messaging a few people now that we've still got internet. Yeah, it's a bit lively for a first sail, isn't it?
It is a bit lively, yeah. For a shakedown sail that's going to take 36 hours to get there, it's a bit, we were expecting or hoping for a bit less, but there you go.
Yeah, it's a little bit lively. So we've got 20 odd knots of wind. We've got 2 reefs in the main still, 2 reefs in the Genoa, and we're still doing between 6 and 7 knots, and it's just amazing. Oh, there's dolphins. We capture the highs and we capture the lows. So how was the first night shift, first season?
Well, I got a bit seasick last night, well yesterday afternoon anyway, so it wasn't very good, to be fair, but it was a bit of a rough sea, and
we had 20 odd knots of wind to start off with, 22 knots of wind when we came out of the marina, and it settled after a while, a couple of hours maybe, then it settled down to about 16, 18. But it picked up again in the night about 10 o'clock, and then we were doing sort of 20, 21 knots, which is great when you're sailing, and we were sailing really well.
And we were, speed, though.
Yeah, we were on course. We did between something like 5.5 and 8 knots most of the night, which is really good. And we'd done 60 miles when I went to bed about 11 o'clock. So I'm interested to see how far we've actually come.
So we're coming to the end of the full day at sea. As you can probably hear, we've got the engine on. Ran out of wind a while ago now. We ran out a bit earlier, but then some wind came back at 10 knots at about 40, 45 degrees, so we put the sails back out, motored for a few hours, and then it's just died off completely now. So it looks like the remainder of the journey is going to be on the engine. So we arrived in St George's Bay, when was it, yesterday morning? Yesterday morning, yeah, about 6:30 actually, wasn't it? It was daylight, which was great. We had slowed down, but then we had to slow down because we, about 3 hours out, picked up a fishing net on prop, which completely stopped us at one point. We managed to get ourselves going again, and we limped in around 6:30 yesterday morning. We're in St George's, and as you can see, it's a port. I think it must be the biggest port of entry for all the container ships and everything in Malta. Literally, I think everything that comes into Malta comes through here. Yeah, it's not the most picturesque place, but it's different. So there's David and Juliet on Reflections, and David went down and took our prop net off this morning.
We are underway. We were in St George's Bay for a couple of days. We arrived on Sunday morning and it's now Wednesday morning. How do we feel about St George's Bay? It's alright, I suppose. Nice little town. Big dockyard next door to us. We're off to Salima now. Salima's about 2 hours away.
Yeah, just under maybe, but depends on the weather.
So we're hoping to get some sails out. We have got a bit of wind, it's just we're coming through where the dockyard is at the moment, so there's a bit of comings and goings around us. And as soon as we get out into the open water, we'll try and get some sails out.
Right, so this is Sleamer Creek, and as you see, it's full of boats on moorings. The moorings are all private, but you're allowed to use them as long as the owner doesn't decide he wants it back. Usually gives you a 24-hour notice, and you can get off. So it's not all plain sailing at the moment. We've got quite a lot of wind. We've got gusts up to about 35 knots today. Should be about the same tomorrow as well. So we've got a couple of days of this before it calms down and we're able to move. But we've got the town of Sleamer over there. Of course, you've got all the bars and the restaurants, and we've got a little.
Well, it's the 26th of April. It's the week after Easter Sunday, and we thought we'd come in for a walk into Valletta. So we're coming past Sleamer Creek Marina, and it's quite a busy marina. Quite expensive from what we've heard. They were charging somebody €80 a night for a motorboat, little motorboat. So they've actually come out of the marina and gone into Sleamer Bay, where the mooring balls and things are, Manuel Island. So yeah, it's very busy, noisy, busy traffic, and being a Saturday, it's going to be absolutely chock-a-block in town. How you doing? You getting a bit warm?
Yeah, it's about 20 odd degrees.
Yeah, it's supposed to be quite cloudy today, a bit of sunshine. We weren't expecting it to be too hot, so bringing jumpers with us wherever we go. So we're heading into Valletta town. It takes about an hour walk, but it's a nice one.
And this is one of the places that you can actually check in police and immigration. So rather than going around to the cruise port in Malta in Valletta, you can actually come here and do it, which is what we did. And there's usually staff on here. The doors are shut, you just usually bang on them and they open up. And open most of the time. Lots of construction work going off here as well.
So we walked a bit further round, and this is Valletta Marina, which is clearly a bit more expensive. And we'll see some nicer boats around here, I have no doubt. The church has all been decorated for Easter, and which was a week ago, but since then we've had a fireworks competition, we think between different towns on Malta, and they're pretty spectacular, and we'll try and show you some pictures of that later. But yeah, this is just one of the churches that have been decorated.
So this, what looks like probably used to be some sort of coliseum or something, or big building, is actually a granary. All these circles are caps, and underneath are the grain stores. So it's a pretty big grain store.
This is where all buses stop, and you can get a bus from almost anywhere. It's about €2 each. Perfect. We normally catch the bus in if we're going to, and then catch the ferry back, and that's only €2 as well. So this is the entrance to the gardens and where the cannons are. take a look.
So we're just in time to, to hear the cannon go off at midday. But unfortunately, it's absolutely packed solid. So we couldn't get to see it.
So, comes to lunchtime in Valletta. We do it the money saving way. So in the little kiosks before you come in, there are pizza slices, sandwiches, buns, cakes, donuts and drinks, and they're really good price. So we just bought a big pizza slice, which is really nice, and some water, and that was €3.50. We are leaving Salima in Malta. It's been, as you can probably hear in the background, quite noisy. Very good for shopping, very good for easy access for fuel, for chandleries, and a lot of our friends from Tunisia were there. And we actually met up with somebody that we did the Atlantic crossing with. And so that was lovely. The boat name is Andante, and they're called Klaus and Anna. And we had a lovely evening with them last night, just chatting away, so it was really good. So we're on our way out of Salima, and we're going to head south because the wind is coming from the north, and we're just going to have a look around the island.
So we tried to sail, and what happened?
Well, we've got a sail out, we're just motor sailing. The wind's just died, it's only 4.5 knots at the moment. So we've got the engine on 1200 revs, and we're just pottering. It's really nice though. So the bay that we're going to go into we think is going to be way too swelly, huge swell at the moment. So we thought we'd come round to Monastir, which we've never been to before. It's next to the bay that we came in when we first landed in Malta, St George's, and we got to come past this very ugly gas ship. So another day, another bay. We're in Monastir at the bottom of Malta, and guess what we're doing? We're going bin hunting. Yeah, usual story. Beautiful bay, gorgeous day. We've got about 25 degrees we think today. Ula's out there bobbing around, and it's just lovely. Gorgeous day. So we're going to go and explore the town. Got boat trips at €5 to go round to the beaches. Beautiful day. It's the 2nd of May, and yeah, we're going to go and explore a little bit more. We only did the seafront yesterday, so we're going to go and find a bit more. It's Friday morning, it's a lot quieter than it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was chock-a-block, and today we have virtually no one. First ice cream.
199. You're dripping.
Mine's dripping.
199 in years.
They're very nice. Very nice ice cream, just a bit runny. We're off. We're leaving Marshax Lock this morning. It's been really nice. The bay has been lovely, quite shallow, easy to anchor in. You can probably only get 7 or 8 boats in there perhaps, because it's quite a tight squeeze. You've got fish farms nearby, lots of little mooring balls, and lots of day trip boats coming back and forward. But it's been really nice, isn't it?
It's been really good.
Town's lovely. We went out for a pizza last night and a beer, and it was just really nice. So we're off up the west coast of the island, try and see what's up there and try and find a quiet bay with nobody in it, which will be a bit of a laugh.
So what's happened to the wind?
We've got 6 knots.
That's apparent.
No.
Coming from the beam. So, well, basically the weather forecast said it was going to be anything between 10 and 15 knots of wind from the southwest.
Well, it is coming from the south.
Yeah, we've got to go kill around the island, so I suppose that'll bring it round a little bit. But at the moment, we've got a lot of fetch from the shoreline, so it's bouncing us all over the place. I'm just going ashore at what's it called? Nejna, yes. It's like a bit of a caravan park over there and nice beach. It was pretty quiet last night.
Yeah, it was. We were rolling a bit to start off with in the evening.
Quite a rolly anchorage, but wind. Yeah, the wind's calm today and virtually none at all. So hopefully it'll calm down a little bit. But we'll stay here tonight. So we're going to go for a walk up over the hillside, hopefully along the ridge, over to the rock on the other side, so see how that goes. So
we've come to the top of this slope. I'm not quite sure what happens next, but there is another pathway to my right, so we'll go and have a wander. Well, we didn't make it up the hill in the end. It was a little bit too shingly and unstable. And we didn't want to fall and break our necks on the first day out, so yeah, we thought we'd come the other side and have a look. A lot of caravans this side. Water looks lovely, good for swimming in. Messing around in, it's really good, but loads of caravans this side. Obviously a hole in the side. Amazing coastline, isn't it?
Thousands of years, millions of years been cut away.
We saw some people scrambling up those hillsides yesterday. Not sure I want to tackle that. And there are people walking on that ledge right at the top there too. We're sailing, thank goodness. So today we are off to Gozo, which is the island above the main island of Malta. And it's got a beautiful anchorage which is quite enclosed, and hopefully we won't get too much swell or the AIS. So yeah, so we're heading up there. It's only about 2 hours journey, and we were actually dressed to do a workout this morning.
Well, it's unusual these days, but we've actually sailed virtually all the way so far. We've been
a whole 10 miles.
We're doing really well. It's about 1.5 miles to the anchorage now, and we have lost the wind a little bit and direction's changing, so maybe the engine for the last few, last mile and a half or whatever, but so far so good.
We've got 9 to 10 knots of wind. Well, we made it into the anchorage, and as you can see, it's kind of a circular bay with rock all around. And it's very impressive. We've been told to come sort of this close to the island to try and get a bit of protection. There's quite a bit of swell out there just as you come in. I suppose the water is battering off the rocks either side. But yeah, we managed to sail 90% of the way, which is great. Well, what a beautiful place. Just a blimmin' shame we had a horrible night. It was very rolly, very noisy, waves slapping on the back of the boat because we were close to the rocks. And it's such a shame because it really is nice. And there were a few friends in there that we could have caught up with, but I don't think anybody wanted to get out of bed or out of their boats into their dinghies last night. But never mind, we're moving on to another bay. We'll let you know where we get there.
So we've got full sails up. We're expecting sort of 15 knots of wind this afternoon, although it seems to be picking up a bit too soon. We have got a reef in the main yet, but you can see quite a few white tops out there actually.
So this little trip boat that's coming out is very bizarre because when I was a child I used to holiday in Largs, which is up in Scotland in Ayrshire, and there was a boat called the Keppel, and that is exactly what the Keppel used to look like, and it's now in Malta, so I'm going to investigate and see if it's the same one. But that's the boat I was on as a child. How bizarre is that? Good morning. It's Sunday the 11th of May, I think, and in case we don't make it past the 11th of May, the reason being is we're just about to disconnect all the batteries and reconnect new ones. We've had to change our batteries because we're short on power, and we think one of the batteries is getting a bit warm, so it's this one over here, the guilty party.
They have a faulty battery.
So we're just about to replace them. So we've got 4 AGM batteries. What are they, 140?
140 amp, yeah.
And these were 130 gel batteries, and we've just gone for the best price, best, well, reviewed batteries that we can get in Malta. So yeah, how are you feeling?
Tentative.
It's a bit scary, isn't it, disconnecting all your power?
I just don't like electric, you can't see it.
Yeah, so we've labelled absolutely everything we can label. All the cables are labelled too, very nicely. They were before anyway, but we've just relabelled bits that we were unsure about. We've taken photos of everything, and we're going in.
The batteries are a lot bigger, and the poles of the batteries are both on the same end, which is a bit different to these batteries as well.
So the position...
So the cabling is going to be a little bit more tricky. So yeah. We're hoping that actually we can use the old cables, which we should be able to anyway.
Yeah, it looks as if it will work. So wish us good luck. We might see you on the other side. Are you a womble or are you not a womble?
Oh, stop it!
Why are we a womble?
Because we didn't realise that the packets of these clamps that we bought, there is a positive and a negative in each one. So they do actually fit. We've just been trying to put the wrong one on the right one. Oh, sorry, the right one. No, wrong one, wrong one. I don't know. So
they are 2 different sizes.
They are,
we hadn't actually worked that one out. We just tried them and thought, shit, they don't work. But now we think we're okay. Yay! Moving on. Well,
we're all up and working again.
So we have power. Batteries are in. Solar's connected. And we have power actually going into the batteries from the solar. The fridges are on.
Everything's on. Everything's working.
How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm actually quite pleased. It went in easier than I thought it was going to go in. I mean, the wiring was going to be the big problem because the batteries are different to the old ones, and the poles or the terminals were in a different place. But it turns out that we've got ample wiring, so
which is great. That was the biggest concern we had, is that we start the job without enough wiring. So really happy with that. Excellent.
Job done.
Well, we're leaving Malta for the last time this spring, and we're off. Where are we heading, guys?
No idea.
Sicily. Yeah, we've no idea
I
actually.
know where